Welcome back to our channel. We are Blackhawk K-9, a relationship-based dog training company who shares their training journey and connects with clients through this channel. If you're interested in learning more or following along on the journey, don't forget to hit that follow or subscribe button, and without further ado, let's get into the video. Today we're looking at Board and Train Knox and his week 5 update. So this week we were really excited with some of his progress. You'll see in a minute there's actually a dog out. Right now he's in a place, he's still pretty fixated, but he's giving me good attention and I'm just paying for the attention, paying for the calm. It feels like we are finally getting through to him that there are better ways to interact with dogs than to kind of lunge at the leash, and it feels like things are finally getting put together. You'll see a lot of really good choices on his part. He's doing a really nice job of trying to stay focused, and he'll do a little bit of pulling, and there's some behaviors you'll see that we don't want, like the jumping sometimes when we celebrate, but because we're having such big celebrations, I'm okay with them. So here, he gets a little focused, he looks over at them, comes back to me, I pay him for that. You can see he looks over again, just petting him, giving him some love. He makes a choice, I'm paying. Every time he makes the choice to disengage and re-engage with me, I'm paying pretty heavily for that, and I'm especially paying for eye contact. You can see that he's offering some really nice eye contact here. I actually run out of kibble, and so I was gonna go put him up for a minute so I could grab some more, but my fiance instead threw me a bag of kibble. So we are back in business. We once again have kibble because he's giving me really nice behaviors that I definitely want to pay and don't want to miss out on. Knox is actually such a sweetheart. He really loves to work, and more than that, you can see he pulls a little bit there. Bezra is actually the other dog that's out with him, is actually in heat right now. So all of the male dogs, he specifically is still intact. It's a little more difficult for them, even more so than normally. So we really kind of upped the ante on that. That's where she was standing when she first walked out. So you can see he's kind of sniffing, and we were real interested in where she was standing. But yeah, she is in heat. That's kind of what those behaviors are. He's trying to get back to it. You can see him sniffing. So he re-engages. I pay him for that. Re-engages again. Pay him for that again. And one more time with the re-engagement and the payment. Something that I love about Knox is it feels like every time that I pull him out, he gives me 110% of his energy, of his engagement. Like, he tries so hard, and I love that for him. He has done really well with both his obedience and his reactivity. You can see there, he's making good choices. We don't teach a relaxed hip because I think that it's a nice indicator of whether they're actually relaxed. If I force them into a relaxed hip when I'm first teaching the down, I feel like it gives a perceived calmness that I don't necessarily want. You can see he jumps there, that's okay. I am not too worried about the jumping. I really just want to pay him so heavily and let him have a good time every time he's doing the behaviors that I want him to do. He has also come a long way when it comes to his e-collar conditioning. Right now, even with the other dog around, he's working at a 9. When dogs are not around, he typically works between 3 and 5. So we have lowered his e-collar conditioning significantly. You can see that he's not giving us those crazy visual cues that he's feeling the e-collar. You probably can't actually tell when I'm using the e-collar because he is not having that crazy visual reaction to it. And he seems to really enjoy it. It doesn't flatten him out. You don't see the sadness or the puddling with it. He's still out there having a good time. So we're really excited to see that because it's a big change. And especially like he's more in tune with me than he is with Bezra, which I absolutely love to see. I love that he's wiggly and he's loose and he's just having a good time. He definitely looks over and does a lot of check-ins with her, but he's also giving me tons and tons of attention. He's not being crazy. He's not hyperfixating where he's like really leaning into the leash and doing crazy things. See a little bit there. I gave a tiny bit of leash pressure and then he immediately came back. He's giving her a little more pressure now because we're making the space between a little shorter. And here you're actually going to see me make a mistake in a minute. I walk him over to the place cot in a minute. You can see Bezra's gotten closer. So we are working on reducing that threshold. As she gets closer, I actually want to give him a place command. So I'm going to walk him over to the place. He's then going to do a little bit of lunging at the end of the leash, and he's going to come back pretty quickly. But my mistake was walking over there in the first place to get the place got, knowing that his threshold was going to be compromised. So here in a second, you'll see that happen. It was just a mistake on my part, an oversight. But he recovered really nicely, and we're really excited about it. So, it happens. We have, good and bad times. So here it is. I'm walking over. I go to grab the place caught. I miss him reacting. There it is. He comes back. And then he does a little bit of neurotic circles around me, but he settles in pretty nicely. And there we have attention again. So, still a work in progress, but tons and tons of progress has been made. We're really excited with the way he looks. We're really excited with the emotional state that he's in when other dogs are around. We're excited with how quickly he's re-engaging with us, and especially, the camera can't figure out which dog to focus on, and especially when we are adding new things in and bringing dogs closer and closer to him. He does such a great job of trying to please us and try and find the right answer. He's such a good dog, and he's always trying to find the right answer, and I love that about him. All right, guys, that is all that we have today for our weekly board and train update. Thank you for tuning in. If you want to find out how we can help you reach your training goals with your dog, please reach out to us, and don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. We'll catch you next time.